You know, doing Southern Gospel News Podcast has been a blessing and a fun time. I learn something every week when I'm on here, and it's a great thing. Southern Gospel News Podcast has been a blessing to thousands, and without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to continue to do it every week. MyPillow is one of those sponsors. Mike Lindell and the guys sent me a MyPillow about 4 weeks ago, and they said, before you talk about it, I want you to try it out. They said, you got a money-back guarantee, 100% satisfaction, no problems. You don't like the pillow, Darren, send it back to us. They're even going to ask you when you call MyPillow your t-shirt size. No, they're not going to send you a MyPillow t-shirt, but it helps them in determining what type of pillow you need. They asked me when I got one, did you use a feather pillow or a down pillow? So they want to know what the best is for you. Right now, they've got a great deal on their Premier Pillow, and you can only get it by calling MyPillow today, 1-800-338-2330, 1-800-338-2330. When you're talking to them, enter the code or tell them the code SGNP, SGNP. Or you can always go to the website, mypillow.com, order anything on there, but always use that code SGNP. MyPillow took care of me. They're taking care of you. And thank them for supporting Southern Gospel News Podcast.
Welcome to one of the most listened to music news podcasts in the world, SGNP, with your host, Darren Sutherland. Join us as we talk with industry leaders, artists, and entertainers about their faith, family, and careers. This is information you will not find anywhere else on radio, web, or in a magazine, but only firsthand on SGNP.
If they would just give it a chance and listen, I feel like they would fall in love with it and love it for the rest of their life.
And welcome to SGMP again. Darren Sutherland and my co-host Arthur Rice from up in Sevierville, Tennessee, the Kingdom Areas. Arthur, how you doing today, my friend?
Doing great. Doing good.
You know what? Last week we were fortunate on our Youth and Gospel Music episode to have Children of the Promise. And, man, I tell you what, Charlie, you'll notice this. Did you see how many folks we had tune into that show with those guys?
Yeah, man, I saw that. I actually pulled it up and was looking at those numbers this morning. They must have some people working their social media for them to get the word out. That
is true. I mean, they did a great job. And today, coming on, we've got Bailey and Connor and Kennedy with Mylon Hayes' kids coming on. So it's going to be a fun day, don't you think, Arthur?
Oh, absolutely. I love talking to these young people. They just have such a great love for this music and desire in their hearts to sing, and I love talking to them.
And an appreciation for it at that. Want to remind everybody before we get too far along in the show, this Sunday evening at 5 p.m., Jason Crabb comes to the SGMP Kia Concert Series at Carriage Kia in Woodstock, Georgia on Root Mill Road. Now, that's right off of Highway 575. It's Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock. It's absolutely free. Bring your lawn chair. Come join us. Plenty of parking, plenty of area, big 90 by 30 tent. It's going to be a big time. And if you've never seen Jason Crabb in person, this is a great event to be at. Wouldn't you agree, Arthur?
Go see him. Listen, if you've never taken the time to go see Jason, you think, well, it's just one guy. He doesn't have that. I'm telling you, this dude can minister, and he's great. You'll love him. You'll love him.
One of the top voices in all of not just gospel music, but Christian music as a whole.
Oh, absolutely.
A whole. Well, let's take a break, and we'll come right back with the Mylon Hayes family's kids. 19-year-old Connor, 19-year-old Bailey, yeah, they're twins, and 15-year-old Kennedy, right here on SGNP.
Because of you, Carriage Kia in Woodstock is doing great. And to celebrate Kia, America's best value summer event, Kia of Woodstock presents a free concert Sunday, July 8th at 5 p.m. with gospel music's Jason Crabb. Bring your lawn chair, picnic, church group, youth group, and fellowship with Carriage Kia of Woodstock on our dealership lot under the Big Top. Need a new or used car? Visit us. Need a great family outing? Come see Jason Crabb free from your friends at SGNP and Carriage Kia of Woodstock. For more more info, visit southerngospelnewspodcast.com or on Facebook. Or as always, stop by and see our partners 24/7 at carriagekiawoodstock.com.
And welcome back to SGMP. Darien Sutherland, my co-host, SGMA president, and Kingdom Air's lead singer, Arthur Rice. And on the phone with us today on the Kia Skype line, Arthur, we're conferencing in 3 kids, and you've known their mom and daddy probably as long as their mom and daddy's been alive, perhaps. I don't know. But the Mylon Hayes family's kids, for Connor, Bailey, and Kennedy. How are y'all today, guys and girls?
We're great.
We're doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Now, before we start and go through all this, why don't each of you just give us a little background on yourself? I know, Connor, you and Bailey are twins, but tell us a little bit about each other, and then Kennedy, we'll let you tell a little bit about yourself. Tell your name, age, that sort of thing.
Okay, well, I'm Connor, and I'm 19 years old, and our dad's family has been singing they sang for 40-some years, and so when we grew up on a bus, and we grew up just loving the music, and Dad and Mom taught us how to read the music, and we're learning to play the piano, and so we've always just loved the music, and it's just been an honor to be able to carry on the legacy of our family and just keep on singing.
Nice. Bailey?
Yeah, I'm Bailey, and believe it or not, I'm 19 too.
Yeah.
And everywhere we go, that seems to be the number one question. Everyone goes, "Are y'all twins?" And I'm like, "Nah, we're just brothers." But I'm just going to second what Connor said. We grew up loving the music, and just absolutely just wanted to do it our entire lives. So to be able to do it with our family is honestly a dream come true.
Nice. And Kennedy.
And then I'm little sister over here.
Yeah.
My name is Kennedy. I'm 15 years old. I'm going into the 11th grade, and I play piano as well. My brothers are helping me out with that, but we all 3 play piano. So loving what we do. Just having a great time.
Kennedy, let me ask you a question first, and then Arthur, you can ask the guys one. Okay, is that cool?
Okay. All right.
Kennedy, now we talk about all kind of things on the air. Okay, and we all know you're great. We all know you're great gospel singers, but you got to tell us the truth. Okay. When Connor and Bailey get into it and they start fighting with each other, who's gonna win the fight, Connor or Bailey?
Well, usually they just have to end it in a good old wrestling match in the living room.
Who wins?
I don't know. I guess Bailey wins every once in a while, and then Connor wins every once in a while. So,
is that true, Connor? Bailey can whoop you. Is that true?
It is true, sadly enough.
Arthur and I always laugh, and I'm just kidding with you guys, just trying to break the ice a little bit. We always laugh, and Wendy, you'll understand this right here. When we talk about the singing cooks, and y'all know who the singing cooks are, we always laugh about them 3 boys look like the Duke boys on the Dukes of Hazzard TV show, like they could just scrap and run, and Ronnie and all those guys, but they're good guys. So I was just throwing that out there to just to break the ice a little bit today. Arthur, what you got?
Hey, I was just thinking about that we've watched these kids grow up, and now. The voices have started changing and arrangements are changing, and how exciting is that? Because I know you're out of that kids phase now, and I'm telling you guys sound incredible. I'm just awesome. I just love listening to music.
Thank you so much.
I know that's fun. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, sir. We're loving every minute of it. Every weekend, people. They come up to us and they'll ask us, if we're made to do it or if it's just something that our parents want us to do and it's not what we want to do. And honestly, it's such a joy for us to be able to get to do what we do. We just enjoy going and meeting the people and singing the music. Honestly, to me, it's the greatest music on the earth. And so we absolutely love to do it.
It really is. There's nothing like it, is it? I mean, it just, I was the same way when I was your age. I just eat up with it. I just wanted to sing so bad, and it's all I really wanted to do, and it's just a great joy to be able to do that.
Guys, other than your parents and your grandparents, who's some of your big musical influences?
Well, you've been such a great help to our family, and we appreciate what you've done so much for us, Arthur. And but one of my biggest influences, although I never did get to meet him, I've loved everything that Larry Goss ever did, and I wish I'd had the opportunity to meet him before he passed away. But I've always loved just listening to different pianists play, and so I know Rodney Griffin several years ago gave us one of his solo piano CDs, and Larry's piano CDs. And so I've really enjoyed getting to listen to that. And then whenever we listen to like different groups like Greater Vision, some of one of their Christmas records that Larry played on, I always enjoy kind of listening to those little fills that he puts in. And sometimes I try to analyze them just a little bit, but they're a little bit over my head. But he was just such a musical genius, and I've always loved music. And so just seeing something like that, it's just always been a big inspiration for me.
Kennedy, who's some of your influences?
Well, I enjoy listening to a lot of older Southern gospel music as well, but one person in particular that I listened to from the time, before I can even remember, was Lauren Talley. I've always loved Lauren Talley, sung to the top of my lungs along with her CDs. I just have always loved her, and she's been such a inspiration to me when I see her, and she's just been so sweet. So I've always loved Lauren Talley. She's definitely on top of my list.
Arthur, I got to stop just for a second.
Uh-huh.
We've got kids saying they look up to Lauren Talley. Do you feel old at this point in this conversation?
I was just thinking that. I thought, oh, my Lord, I feel old.
Oh, man. Who do we have? Connor, which one was that? You or Bailey that said Larry Goss? Which one did we miss out on?
That was Connor. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Bailey.
Well, one of my biggest influences at the piano is Stan Whitmire.
Yeah.
Absolutely love listening to him, and whenever we get to do the Hymn Sing tour,
yeah,
and he plays the piano for that, and so whenever we're there, I just love to sit and watch his hands. And
I swear, I think he's got 6 fingers on each hand. He has to have.
I think he's got about 4 hands and 6 fingers on each.
Has to have.
And so I love being able to be around him and watch him play, and and Gerald Wolfe as well. The way he plays, he's been so good to us and such a good friend. And I love to listen to him play as well. Watching him, we've got to have him produce one of our CDs, a hymn CD, and just the professionalism that he put into that was exactly what it needed, and we're just so thankful for him. But Gerald and Stan are probably 2 of my biggest influences.
Fun. When you look at gospel music, and we're talking about youth in gospel music, and we've talked over the past 4 weeks, we've talked to some incredible guys and girls under 25 years of age, most of them under 21 years of age. What do y'all see the future of gospel music? You know, we're sitting here talking about you look up to Lauren Talley. Well, me and Arthur in my age group, I'm 48. I think Arthur's real close to me. And, Lord, I feel old since they said they look up to Lauren Talley. I just can't get over that.
Sorry about that.
Anyway, where do y'all see the future of gospel music going? When you look at groups and you say, okay, music progresses. Let's just face it. You guys are historians. You're talking about Larry Goss. So you've listened to everything from old statesman stuff to, your dad's family group was some of the best folks with harmony that ever came down the pike, the Hayes family. Where do you see gospel music going, and what styles do you see it progressing to in the future, guys?
Well, I know that, kind of right now, with our family, we try to we're kind of known for that convention style music, and so Dad's family was always known for that. But there's a lot of new groups like the Irwins, and then Joseph Habedank started his solo ministry several years back, and stylistically, Southern Gospel seems to be maybe going just a little bit more progressive than it has been in the past, but these young artists have been doing a great job of just keeping the music alive. And I really think that gospel music's in good hands with these young new groups that are coming on.
When you say progressive, that sometimes, I'm going to ask you a tough question here, okay? Just being honest. When you say progressive, that sometimes isolates some of the fans of the older groups, because let's face it, people are natural. They don't like change. But young folks are what brings change on. Arthur and I and Charlie talked last week about a group that you probably know that probably was a little bit ahead of their time, the Jody Brown Indian Family. When you heard what they did 5 and 10 years ago, now what they did 5 and 10 years ago is very popular today.
Yes, sir. Do
you see your family pushing the envelope a little bit and going to there? Or do you feel like you're probably going to stay more of the convention stuff and all that kind of good stuff?
Well, I really think that we're going to try to keep it in that convention-style music and the just traditional, true Southern gospel music, which is what we were raised on. And so there's nothing wrong with the newer stuff.
No.
But just for our family, we've just pretty much kind of decided that we need to keep it more just the true Southern gospel music, and so that'll probably be where we stay.
Outside of the realms of Southern gospel music, who are some of the artists you listen to? Don't be ashamed. We've heard from Eli. Told us he liked Drake, so Eli Fortner did. So just outside of the realms of gospel music, who do you listen to?
Well, whenever we all of us absolutely love Christmas music, and so honestly, I think we were playing Christmas music last week when it's 95 degrees outside, and we love to listen to Michael Bublé. Yeah. His Christmas stuff is just amazing, and Harry Connick as well. Love to Charles Billingsley as well. He came out with an amazing Christmas record, and I was listening to that the other day. But as far as I just love, like, Michael Bublé's voice is so smooth, and honestly, it's something that I've listened to and tried to mimic as well. Just the smoothness of his voice and the way that he performs it as well, it's just very good, and I enjoy listening to that.
Kennedy, what about you?
Pretty much the same thing. Honestly, I'm telling you the truth when I say that we just listen to Southern gospel music. It's what we were raised on. It's what we love. So when we're riding down the road, you're going to hear the Mylon Hayes Family listening to a Southern gospel radio station or listening to CDs. So honestly, that's what we listen to.
Cool. Arthur, let's play a game with them. You ready?
Okay.
What Arthur and me are going to do, guys, and we're going to go one by one. We're going to bring up a name in gospel music because you guys are historians, and y'all know probably 90% of the people we know, okay, or we have talked to on the air. We're going to mention a name, and we're going to let y'all tell us what y'all think of it right off the top. How's that?
All right.
Are you good? Connor, you good with it? Bailey, you good with it?
Yes, sir.
Kennedy?
Absolutely good.
Kennedy, you
yes,
good
sir.
with it? All righty.
I'm good.
Here we go. First one. Let's see. Peg McCamey.
All right.
Kicking off her shoes. Yeah. God on the mountain, kicking off those shoes.
All right, your turn, Arthur.
Michael Booth.
Oh, Michael Booth. A lot of times people come up to Dad and tell him that he looks like Michael Booth, and sometimes people have mistaken him for Michael Booth. So that's kind of funny.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, let's see here. Let's go back in time. Let's pick somebody back in time. How about the great Jim Hamill? With the Kings.
Oh, Love Lifted Me. Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I love the live recording of Love Lifted Me. Every time I think of Jim Hamill, I just think of him on the ending, just going at it, and that signature voice going right in the mic. Oh, I love it.
Arthur, these kids know what they're talking about, don't they?
I'm telling you, they do. They really do.
Your turn, Arthur.
You know, that's one of the things I love about the new kids that are coming on. You know, they don't just want to do new stuff. They want to know about the history, and they want to know about what brings, you know, how we got here, where we are, and that's what I love. They show respect to the, you know, because that was the way, you know, I was raised, and I love the history of our music and where it comes from. So, here's a good one, Kenny Henson.
Kenny Henson, oh mercy. I loved listening to the Henson family. His staple voice. But I know our buddy Ethan, he was kind of the one who actually introduced us to really listening to Kenny Henson's voice. And he's one of my favorites to listen to. And then I know that I think his son is singing now. So that's really, really cool.
Guys, what's it going to take to get more young people involved in gospel music? I mean, we've seen a lot of good gospel artists come along, and a lot of folks leave the business and go to other forms of music, and a lot of artists' kids go to another form of music. But what's it going to take for it to grow with younger folks?
Well, honestly, a lot of younger folks, they haven't given it a chance. And I believe that if they would listen to it and listen to the good gospel music, like, you know, the great quartets like the Kingdom Heirs, Mark Trammell Quartet, the great trios like the Wisnets, Greater Vision, and Jim Brady Trio, and the Irwins, and the family groups as well, like the Collingsworth family, and then there's none of least the Gaither Vocal Band, and so many others. If they would just give it a chance and listen, I feel like they would fall in love with it and love it for the rest of their lives. And I feel like sometimes, you know, they think that it's only old people like that kind of music. But now that there's some younger groups with young people coming in, we've seen, even in our concerts, more younger people being there and enjoying the music.
I've heard you bring the name up, and Arthur, I think you'll agree with me here. We've heard y'all bring the name the Irwins up 3 or 4 times. And a lot of people out there in the world, they're not a staple name, but they're an up-and-coming name. What makes you guys so fond of the Irwins?
They're just as real as they come. Katie's one of my greatest friends. They're just some awesome people. Their dad, Dennis, he's just a great guy. They've raised some great kids, and they mean what they sing, and I really believe in what they're doing in their ministry. I think it's a great thing. I think they're doing an awesome job.
Yeah, I think God is using them in a mighty way. I mean, they're
for sure.
He really is. I mean, I love those kids. They're a talented bunch too. I mean, they're just
they
just have a heart for ministry, and it just means
they do.
That's right.
It means a lot, you know. But you know, so many times with family groups, you know, we get. I mean, I love you kids, but I'm telling you, you know, your mom and dad. I'm telling you, there ain't no shortage in talent right there either.
Yes, sir.
Wendy and Mylon, I'm telling you, they're talented folks, and I just appreciate them raising these kids and to love this music, but most of all to love Jesus, and that's what's most important.
Do y'all know who Karen Carpenter is by chance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Our producer / historian here in the office, in the studio, Charlie, says Wendy is Karen Carpenter reincarnated.
You know, almost everywhere we go, somebody will tell her that.
Really?
Every night.
Small world. Well, in closing, what should we expect from you guys in the coming year and as you move forward? What should we expect from you guys?
Well, we are in the work. We have a new CD in the works right now, and so we just finished up our vocals on it, And thanks to Jeff Collins and Cody McVeigh for producing this record and helping us out with that. And we feel like we've got a lot of good new songs on this record that people need to hear and timely messages. And so, Dad's cousin, Rebecca Peck, she writes many songs, and we got a few of her cuts on our record. And so we're really excited to see what God's going to do with this record, and we just can't wait for people to hear it, and we're just so excited to see this coming to pass.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it, don't we, Arthur?
Absolutely, we do.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
y'all. Love y'all.
All right.
Love you too.
Talk to you soon.
Appreciate it.
Talk to you soon, kids. We appreciate what you do. We'll hold just 1 second. We'll be right back on SGNP.
Come see what all the smoke is about at Tony Gore's Barbecue and Grill in the heart of the Smokies, Sevierville, Tennessee. Start off with T's loaded tater chips, some great sweet tea. Then have some of his famous fried chicken, a pulled or sliced pork plate, or the best barbecue ribs in the Smokies. And oh, did we mention homemade mac and cheese? And dessert lovers, it's worth the trip just for a piece of cake. Voted the best barbecue in the Smokies, Tony Gore's Barbecue and Grill in Sevierville, Tennessee. And remember, gospel music fans, you never know who you'll see while at Tony Gore's Barbecue and Grill. For more information, visit them 24/7 at TonyGore.com.
And welcome back to SGMP. Darien Sutherland, Arthur Rice, Charlie Sexton, producer, historian extraordinaire here. I'm going to just tell you guys, she threw me for a loop. Kennedy, the 15-year-old, did. You know what I'm talking about, Arthur?
Yeah.
When I ask her, who do you look up to? And she says, Lauren Talley.
Yeah.
And I thought, Lord, I need to go get my Geritol.
Oh,
But you know
that's
what?
awesome.
It's good that she's got somebody to look up to like that. Lauren's done a good job for so many years.
Oh, absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
And done a fine job with her family, the Tallies. But these young people are really pushing the envelope in gospel music. Wouldn't you agree, Arthur?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And, like I said before, not only do they love the new stuff, but they have such respect for the just the traditional, that they're still willing to present that to a new audience. And I think like Bailey or Connor, I can't remember which one, and they both look the same, so it doesn't matter. But they said it's just I think the young folks just don't give it a chance, and I think it's wonderful to have these folks out there presenting this to this next generation coming on, and giving our music a chance.
I think what I thought was funny about the interview is Kennedy said Bailey could whoop Connor if I got him.
I got that too. They're probably fighting over that now.
That's it. Charlie, what did you take out of that?
Well, I'm with you about the Lauren Talley thing, because for some reason, I just knew she was going to say Deborah Talley.
Yeah.
Because, Deborah's just one of the smoothest singers in the world, and I just would have thought that's who she went for. So when she said Lauren, I just about fell out of the chair.
Well, she's 15.
But she's 15, so... And
What's Lauren? What pushed Lauren? How old is she, Arthur, you think?
I don't know. I'm not going to say because I'd get in trouble.
Well, the safe thing to say is she's been
about
singing.
21. I'm going to say she's about 21.
She's celebrating the 15th anniversary of her 21st birthday. Is that what we can say?
But she's been singing
Sad
15
part about it
years.
is I remember when she was born.
That's funny. She's been singing for how long, Charlie?
She's been singing at least 15 years, so it would stand to reason that Kennedy's listened to her all her life.
That's true.
Yeah.
Think about this, guys. Think about this. And this is going to put it in perspective. These kids right here don't even remember 9/11.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And look at the world. Kennedy, for instance, the majority of her life, who was president? She's 15. Think about that. So it's a different world. They see things totally different than what we see.
Yeah.
They're in their formidable years. Where would we be? Think about it. Think about it.
Right.
Hey, guys, want to find out more about SGMP? Go to our website, Southern Gospel News Podcast. It's a website.com, southerngospelnewspodcast.com. You can get back issues of every show we've done with every interview we've ever done on this show. All kind of fun information, pictures, full concerts that radio stations have built, and all that kind of stuff. You will see that we're testing live now on Facebook Live. It's just a test. We're probably messing it up a little bit, and you get to see the inside of what's going on. But check us out on our Facebook site, Southern Gospel News Podcast. In addition, notice this right here. Go to our Twitter handle, SGNP Podcast. We can be found there. I want to ask you one more thing to do. On your phone, and I ain't asked this in a couple of weeks, if you go to the podcast app on your phone and you click that and you search out Southern Gospel News Podcast, you can get every one of these shows downloaded every time we do a show, and it'll come right to your phone and you can listen to it when you want. Arthur, we're approaching 100,000 downloads.
Wow.
And if you would have told me when we started this April 6th, 2018, that we would be approaching 100,000 downloads by July the 6th, I would have said you were telling a story. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, that's awesome.
100,000 unique downloads. Hey, got one more question as we get out of here. Arthur, what's wrong with living right anyway?
Not one thing.
All righty. Good to talk to you guys. We'll see you next week on SGNP.
SGNP is excited you chose to listen today. If you'd kindly leave a remark and rating in the podcast remarks section, we surely would appreciate it. Please share with a friend or family member. Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, and our new website, southerngospelnewspodcast.com. And remember the Kia Summer Nights concert series, all 100% free, coming to a town near you. For more information on the concert series or to advertise your products, services, concert event, or new project on SGNP and reach a 100% guaranteed number of people in your area, call Tim Newton at 770-874-3200 or email him today, tnewton@bgadgroup.com. Let us geo-target our ads for you, something radio nor magazine can do.